Welcome back. In this section, we are going to learn about two different types of tissue. First, we're going to learn about muscle tissue or muscular tissue, and then we're going to finish up with nervous tissue. So let's get started. Muscle tissue is specialized that when it gets stimulated, it will contract. Okay. And so we have three different types of muscle tissue. We have what we call smooth muscle, skeletal muscle, and cardiac muscle. And so when we think of muscle, you are usually thinking of skeletal muscle, the muscle that's attached to your skeleton that when it contracts, moves your skeleton. So I want you to think about muscle a little bit differently for a moment. I want you to think about, is its movement voluntary or involuntary? As in, can I make it move or can I not make it move? So for instance, if I were to say, can you contract your biceps and do that movement? You all go, sure. And we go, fantastic. That's voluntary contraction of a skeletal muscle. Then I would go, ladies, do you remember the worst menstrual cramp you ever had? Well, your uterus is a smooth muscle. So I want you to sit there and I want you to concentrate really hard. And I want you to try to make it contract and give yourself a menstrual cramp. Focus. Were you able to do it? No. Well, that means that smooth muscle is involuntary. Not to be left out, gentlemen, I want you to think about your hearts. And your heart is beating constantly. And I want you to focus really hard. And I want you to say to your heart, okay, I know you're beating 60 to 80 times a minute. But just for the next 15 seconds, I only want you to beat twice, okay? So let's do that. Did it cooperate with you? Of course not, because cardiac muscle is also involuntary. All right. So I'm going to talk about the three types of muscle. When we are done, I want you to come back and fill out this table based on what you have learned when you're done studying. What I don't want you to do is have this table and fill it out by looking at the slides or by listening to me and filling it out and then try to memorize the table. That's not an effective way to studying. What I want you to do is to pay attention and to understand the concepts. And by understanding the concepts, then you should be able to fill out the table. Okay, so let's start with skeletal muscle and let's look at this picture and let's see what we see. So, do you see things that look long? And it kind of makes sense because you're thinking your thigh muscles got to be a couple of feet long, right? And so it looks like you've got long cells going this entire length. And it looks like the nuclei are pushed all the way to the edge of the cells. And it kind of looks like this cell has more than one nucleus in it. And then you're going, Dr. Powell, this cell has stripes. Why does this cell have stripes? We didn't learn about stripes when we learned about the cells. You didn't tell us cells were going to have stripes. We didn't know we were going to have zebra cells. Why do we have zebra cells? Okay. Do you see how this doesn't look like anything we've learned about when we learned about the prototypical cell? It's because that prototypical cell doesn't exist. Okay. So, skeletal muscle, voluntary contraction. Long cells. These long cells require multiple nuclei. These stripes are called striations. And what the striations are, as we will learn when we learn about the skeletal system, is the proteins that contract how they are arranged in these alternating bands that look light and dark, light and dark, light and dark, light and dark. It's different proteins, how they are arranged. In addition to that, skeletal muscle, as you know, has a pretty fast contraction. But as you also know from having seen Olympic sports and from worked out yourself, the contraction's pretty short. When you see the clean and jerk, how long are they holding that bar above their head? 3 freaking seconds. That's all they have to hold it. 3 seconds, short contractions. That's it. Okay. And we have a fixed number of cells. So you're going, but Dr. Powell, when you do crunches or when you work out in your gym, you get the big bulges. Yeah, that's because each cell is getting bigger, just like with those adipocytes and they get bigger. And then when you quit working out, the cells shrink. Same thing happens. Fixed number of cells. You are not increasing the number of cells. Okay. And at the end of your skeletal muscles, we are going to have that tendon. What kind of tissue was that tendon made out of? Tissue. One of four answers, right? One of four answers. Remember, the answers were connective tissue, muscle tissue, nervous tissue, or epithelium. So you should have said connective tissue. Now, what subtype of connective tissue is the tendon made out of? Okay, so the tendon at the end of the skeletal muscle is attached to the bone, and that's what's making the body part move. All right, that's it for skeletal muscle. Now, do the same exercise. Look at this cardiac muscle. What do you see? Does it look like skeletal muscle? Not at all. Don't pay attention to the coloring of the slide because that all has to do with what chemicals we're using to stain the slide. But look at what you're seeing. Do you see a lot of little white spaces? Do you see nuclei smushed over to the side that are very flat, or do you see a lot of round nuclei sitting in the middle of the tissue? Do you see the stripes? Not so much down here, but when you look at the higher power, do you see the stripes? What was the word for the stripes again? Do you see something else? Like what are these lines? Did we have those lines? Do you see those lines here? Mm-mm. But they're really obvious here. So we got something new going on. So that's what you need to do. You need to look at pictures. Human biology is going to be very visual. So pay attention to pictures. So as you learned, cardiac muscle had involuntary contraction. It's only in the wall of the heart, not blood vessels, only the wall of the heart. It is striated. Yep, that was the word for these stripes. And it's branched. Can you see the branching going on here? Can you see the branching going on here? What that branching is doing, you can see branching going on here. That allows for the white space. See the branching going on here? It allows these cells to meet up with multiple different cells. And the cells are attached to other cells. You can see the points of attachment at the other cells. That's what all these dark lines are. It's where the cells are attached to other cells. These special connections between cells, I put a red circle around them. You don't have to know it today, but we are when we come back. These are called intercalated discs. This is a specialized connection between cells, intercellular junction. We'll learn about it later today. Specialized connection between cells. Of the three types of muscles, that has the shortest contractions. It's got to. If your heart can beat 200 times in a minute, that means the contraction has to be okay, 60 times a minute would be a second a contraction. 120 times a minute would be half a second a contraction. Okay, so 200 times in a minute is a portion of a second in a contraction. So you see how this is the shortest contraction of them all? Okay, let's go to the third type of muscle. This is smooth muscle. So sit and look at these pictures for a second before I start talking. What do you see? Okay, so I drew a line around the cell. We don't have long tubular cells. We don't have spaces between the cells, so they're not branches. We don't see stripes, do we? Okay. We see cells that are kind of pointed at the end. Are the nuclei in the middle or are they at the edges? Is there more than one nucleus per cell? Okay. So involuntary contraction makes the uterus contract. They're found in walls of blood vessels. They're also found in all of our hollow organs. So think your intestines, think your uterus, think your stomach, anything that's hollow. And in our hollow organs, we often have two layers, and that's what this picture on the right is showing. It's showing one layer where you're seeing the longitudinal view. And that's because when this layer contracts, it's going to move stuff along the pathway. The other layer is perpendicular to it. And so what you're seeing is a cross section. And so what you were seeing is the little round cross section with the nucleus sitting in the middle of it. And when those cells contract, they're going to be squishing the stuff. So if there's food stuff in the middle, it's going to be squishing it down. Whereas this other one, when it contracts, it's going to be moving stuff along the pathway. So each cell has a single oval nucleus, not round like we saw in cardiac muscle, and there's no striations. So we don't have that arrangement that we saw in both the cardiac muscle and the skeletal muscle. And here we have slow, long contractions. So anybody ever given birth or seen anybody giving birth? That last part of birth, those uterine contractions can last for a minute and a half. That's 90 seconds. Have you ever gone to the gym and worked out? Try holding that weight for 90 seconds before you let it down. Your skeletal muscle is not going to be happy with you, but that's what smooth muscle can do. Okay. And like I said, squeezes substances along a pathway. Okay. So that's it for muscle. Now let's look at nervous tissue. And pay attention to that word. Notice it's not neural tissue, it's not nerve tissue, it's nervous tissue. And this tissue is specialized for communication with electrical and chemical tissues. I put a cross section of the spinal cord here because I want you to realize that nervous tissue is not just in the brain, but it's also in the spinal cord. Okay. And when we are talking nervous tissue, we are talking two different cell types. The first cell, and the one that students think about, is the cell that in previous class you called a nerve cell, and now you need to call a neuron. And this is the cell that sends an action potential, or what you may have called a nerve impulse, and it also can receive these impulses. And here is what a neuron looks like. Notice it doesn't look like that prototypical cell that we learned about either. Now, this main part of the middle of it, you can see the nucleus sitting right here in the middle of this pink part. And so this main area, which contains most of the organelles, this is called the cell body. And as you can see, there's a lot of appendages coming or attached to it. And most of them are called dendrites. And the dendrites are incoming messages. And the incoming messages could be, it's cold, it's cold, it's cold, or it's hot, it's hot, it's hot. It could have 85 messages saying it's cold and 35 messages saying it's cold. and it needs to make sense, and it's going 85 minus 35 is going, oh, the overwhelming message is it's hot. Okay. And then it has one outgoing message place, and that outgoing message place is called the axon. And so from the axon, it's going to send the one message, which was, it's hot, because that's what it determined. It had 85 hots and 35 colds. It's going to say it's hot. Yeah. Now, when you look at this picture of nervous tissue, you could clearly see this neuron. But in the background, you see all those dots that you thought were like dirt, all those black spots? Well, each of those black spots are cells. And you see there's a lot more of those black spots than there are these big neurons. Yeah, and without all those other cells, these neurons would die. So they're kind of important, and you've never heard of them before. And they have specific names, and we're not going to learn their names today, but we're going to learn what they're called. And all together, they're called neuroglia or neuroglial cells. And each one has specific jobs, and each one looks a little different. And here's just to show you some cartoon drawings of what some of them look like. And just realize without them, that important neuron dies. And we'll come back and talk about them later on. But for now, we're done talking about muscle tissue and nervous tissue. So join me back when we talk about our fourth and final type of tissue. And you know which one it is? That's right, it's going to be epithelial tissue. See you shortly.